Second Life doesn't quite pull you in that much because you're building, you're designing it. There's other people, the hierarchies, you're finding a social hierarchy, and you get a sense of importance, and you have all these friends. You're part of a club, you're part of a social club. There's one case for this woman who was like the grand priestess, and she, everybody admired her, and it turns out she was a bag lady in Vancouver. She was homeless. And she spent all the money she begged to pay so that she could be on this game. It was one of these medieval games, and that was her real life. And the physical life she lived was nothing. And there are now 12-step programs. There's 12-step programs to help people with this kind of addiction. If they get so involved in these things, this kind of potential, we got to be able to happen as educators. So this is the fire that I started out talking about. So what did we end up with? You guys went and bought the pool table, I see. So while I wasn't looking, they're building this. So take us through, what have you built here?
Put the barn there.
Okay. I think we're just about out of time. Last questions? Yes.
This lady who's selling the real estate,
Asha, yeah.
yeah, the person who buys it, they're buying it because she's done all this work for them.
And
they use it somehow.
right, I mean, you see, here we built suppose we wanted somebody to build a virtual FIU for us. We would probably go about this in outsourcing. I mean, if you wanted the people that really have the talents for putting this together, and those people are in Second Life. So what she does, if you wanted a mansion, just like you want a mansion down in Miami Beach, you go to a realtor and somebody has built something and you like it. So that's what she does. She builds interesting things.
I would buy it from her and put it into my program.
No, you buy it from her and you go live in it. Because every Second Life has its own geography. All of these worlds have their own geography. Can you show somebody, Catherine, can you show the map?
Can you create your own space? Meaning,
You have to buy land.
from the designers of Second.
Originally, it's just like when we, moving west here, originally the government had these land grants, and then people would get the property, so they would, what's the word I'm looking for? Homestead. And after that, then they own the land, and they sell it to somebody else and so forth. So most of the land transactions, you're buying from some other person that already owns it. Now, we just, as I mentioned, this island, we just bought an island in Second Life, and we're calling it FIU Rider Island, because it was the Rider money was paying for it. The cost, the academic discount is 50%, so it costs about $800 to own it, and another $150 per month to maintain it. And with that, now, we were renting. I mentioned during my course, we rented somebody else. They happened to be in Canada someplace. They bought an island. They bought the island, and they were renting out the spaces. So we rented from them for a couple months during my course, and then eventually we bought our own. But they were making their money buying the land and rent, just like real estate.
I understand that, but in cyberspace, land is unlimited. So somebody can...
No, not here. Not here. This is, I skipped over this notion. Just like, what would it do to real estate values if Miami-Dade allowed another 10-kilometer expansion into the Everglades? And real estate prices would go way down because suddenly there's a lot more land available. The designers of this game constrain, actually, when you buy an island, they have to actually put up another server. So there's some expense on their part. There's about 2,000 servers supporting Second Life. But that's background. Basically, they control, you have to buy the initial land from them. And there is this notion of scarcity, which gives value to these things. Now, if this, at some point, there's speculation about this opening up and becoming a new sort of interface to the web. Right now, I can't take an object from say, World of Warcraft and put it in Second Life. There's no import-export between these worlds. If there were, the economies would collapse, because that means that you can copy, then the scarcity would disappear. So, yes, there are several models, and I'm going on this, if you write it down, Croquet is one of the models that's being proposed as a 3D interface to the web. CRO, it's called CROQUT. There will not be any sense of value on virtual property because there's no scarcity.
Look at a hell of a business model.
It is. It is. It is. And by the way, there's also, you probably heard of SourceForge or open source software. There is a site called WorldForge where it's not as rich as you'd like it, but the idea is you can build your own virtual world. I'm getting signals from the director here that it's time to wrap it up. Thank you all.